For more on what this means for the Dodgers and how the remainder of the offseason could play out, we welcome in MLB Network insider, also a columnist for the New York Post, Jon Heyman, joining us live from his home in Florida. Jon, we weren't certain where Yamamoto was going to go. We knew that there were 3 or 4 big contenders. Many signs pointed to the New York Mets. It was the Dodgers that ultimately landed him. Why do you think that is?
Well, first of all, the Dodgers are a super team. Why not go to the Dodgers? Los Angeles, very, very excellent city. I love Los Angeles, as do you. Can't blame them for going. We'd heard a couple months ago that perhaps there was a bit of a West Coast bias. Naturally, the handlers disputed this. He'll go anywhere. You never know that, they have to say that. What are they going to say? That he only wants to go to the West Coast? They can't do that. So, I think that looking back on this now, the Los Angeles Dodgers were probably the team that he wanted to go to from the beginning. Certainly the fact that they have Ohtani now, that was another big plus. They were almost going to go to the Rams game together. I don't know if that was ever a plan or not, but they didn't end up going. Maybe that was just to help out the negotiation. I'm not sure. But, Los Angeles is a fantastic destination point, and I'm not shocked. Certainly the Yankees gave it a run. The Mets gave it a run. There were several teams in there that really wanted this guy, even though he's never thrown one pitch in Major League Baseball. It's really an incredible story.
It really is, Jon, because you had mentioned not a pitch thrown at the Major League level, at least here in the United States, yet he has done so much in Japan. Are you surprised that it was a $325 million deal for an unproven commodity with a new baseball, a different type of mound, the entire situation in the U.S.?
Well, the speculation early on when he was about to become a free agent was $200 million. In recent weeks, we had been hearing it's going to get to around $300 million, and it obviously went over $300 million. Not only that, gets a $50 million signing bonus, no deferrals, which is really kind of a new thing for the Dodgers. They basically defer with all of their huge contracts. And I'm a little surprised in that the Dodgers get great deals. I mean, look at the Freddie Freeman deal with the deferrals. 6 years, $162 million. I mean, the Mookie Betts deal, you can dress it up to $365 million, but it was really worth $292 million. Even the Ohtani deal, $700 million, you figure in the interest rate and the money that Guggenheim is going to make. They're saying now it's worth $438 million, and that's only if really Guggenheim makes the Treasury rate, which is risk-free, 4%. They're going to do better than that. So let's put that at $400 million. The Dodgers could easily make $40 million a year in terms of sponsorship on Ohtani. So that deal is almost free for them in the way I look at it. So this is a little surprising. There isn't going to be $40 million sponsorship for anybody but Ohtani. Obviously, the market was led to this. Everybody, all of the big market teams were interested, everyone, and eventually narrowed it down to about 7. And certainly the Dodgers, Yankees, and Mets looked like the favorites. We thought they were the favorites, and certainly those are the biggest market teams, and it played out the way you'd expect, except for I'm a little surprised at what a great deal he got.
You know what? You mentioned the 2 other New York teams, Jon, the New York Yankees and the New York Mets. Reportedly, it was really between the Yankees and the Dodgers, but we all thought, a lot of us did anyway, that perhaps he would go to the Mets because he wanted to be the star of the team. Now, it looks like the Mets actually, or it was the Yankees provided them with what, $300 million versus $325. I mean, he had 2 deals of $325 and one team offered him $300. Did that make a difference?
I think he ultimately just wanted to go to Los Angeles. And I don't know whether Ohtani was an extra lure or not, but, we'd heard early on that he liked the idea of going to the West Coast, and until proven otherwise, I'll just believe that. I guess we're still guessing at the reason, but I do believe that the Los Angeles Dodgers are a team that great players are going to want to play for. Obviously, Ohtani's there. They now have Glass now there. They have Freeman. They have Betts, Muncy. I mean, this is a super team. Will Smith, this is a fantastic team. So that certainly is a lure. And geography does play a role. Look, last year, Aaron Judge wanted to stay in New York. Trey Turner wanted to go east. There were other free agents that wanted to go east. This year, we're seeing a little bit of the opposite, where guys want to go west or stay west in the case of Ohtani. He loved Southern California, and I'll believe that is the reason that he ended up as a Dodger. He wanted to stay in Southern California. So, I think geography was a big factor here. certainly you can't say it was the money. They both offered $325 million. Perhaps it's a little bit of the winning, right? I mean, the Dodgers win 100 games every year. The one time out of the last 11 years they didn't win the division, they won 106 games. So if it's about winning, it's hard to pick a team other than the Dodgers. But I think geography played a big role here.
All right, so what happens, though, if you want to go west? They're going to Southern California. They're not going to Northern California. The Giants, again, seem like the bridesmaid, never the bride. Where do they go next?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough thing. I don't get it. I love San Francisco myself. Unfortunately, I can't play, so they don't want me playing on the team. They've got to have to do something, and I think there are players they are going to be able to get. I mean, a lot of players who aren't going to get $300 million will generally go for the best deal. And San Francisco has done a fantastic job from a business standpoint. The revenues are outstanding. Obviously, the A's, we expect they're going to be leaving, so that will boost even further the revenues. So I do believe they have a good shot. Obviously, they got Jung-Hoo Lee already, who's going to be the leadoff hitter and play center field. That's a nice piece, but to compete with the Dodgers, they probably have a way to go. But just to compete, generally, there are players out there that they like, still available, and they have probably a better chance to get than they had with Yamamoto or Ohtani. And that would be Matt Chapman, who Bob Melvin, the manager, had in Oakland, certainly, and Cody Bellinger, who's still out there. Cubs, Jays, obviously interested, but why not the Giants? I know they've signed a center fielder, but they have a big outfield. Could have a great outfield if they go for Cody Bellinger. But there are still a lot of players that can help them. Still pitchers out there, whether it be Giolito, Montgomery, Snell. That could be a guy they look for. Snell's pitched very well against the Dodgers. Could be something that they're looking for. So there's still opportunities out there for the Giants. And like we say, not everybody goes for the city or the geography. Those are just kind of the rare players who would get $300 million no matter where they go.
I would play on the moon for $325 million. John, I want to leave you with this. Ohtani and Yamamoto, $1.035 billion. The other 29 teams spending in the offseason, $901.8 million. There you have it. Jon Heyman, thank you so much for everything. Happy holidays, my friend. We'll talk to you soon.
Happy holidays, Alana. Thank you.